Every survival story shares a stark, universal truth. When the water stops flowing, a deadly clock starts ticking. The human body can only last about 3 days before dehydration begins to shut it down for good. This isn't a distant threat, it's a fundamental reality. Imagine the scene. A crisis hits, and within hours the store shelves are bare. The taps run dry. You might think you're safe near a natural stream, but it could be teeming with invisible pathogens that will make you critically ill. In the ensuing panic, most people make a fatal error. They grab soda, beer, or any liquid they can find, not realizing these drinks can actually accelerate dehydration, making a bad situation worse. But what if the solution isn't what you expect? What if your own home, your kitchen, your bathroom, even your garage is full of overlooked liquids that could save your life? These aren't the obvious choices. They are the strange, simple, and often ignored resources hiding in plain sight. In this video, we are going to uncover 10 survival liquids you can drink when the water is gone. You need to know this information because what we're about to share could make all the difference. And stick around because number 1 is the most shocking of them all. 1. Herbal teas. Kicking off our list at number 1 is a resource that most people have but almost always underestimate: herbal teas. When a crisis hits and the bottled water disappears from shelves in minutes, the immediate reaction is to grab any liquid. But that's a dangerous game. Caffeinated drinks like coffee or black tea can actually act as diuretics, pulling precious water from your system. Sodas are loaded with sugar, which your body needs water to process, speeding up dehydration. Herbal teas, however, aren't a class of their own. They offer pure hydration without the hidden drawbacks. Every sip replenishes your body's fluids, making them a remarkably safe and effective alternative when your primary water source is compromised. This is especially critical for older individuals whose bodies already struggle with fluid regulation. But the value of herbal tea in a survival situation goes far beyond simple hydration. These aren't just flavored water, they are functional, medicinal powerhouses. Think about the physical and mental toll of a crisis. Panic, anxiety, and sleepless nights are common. A cup of chamomile tea can help calm your frayed nerves and promote restful sleep, which is essential for clear-headed decision-making. If you're forced to rely on unfamiliar or poorly preserved food, your digestive system might suffer. This is where peppermint or ginger tea can be a lifesaver, soothing an upset stomach, fighting nausea, and even boosting circulation. Each type of herbal tea carries a specific benefit, turning a simple box of dried leaves into a compact survival pharmacy. Perhaps the most practical advantage is their exceptional shelf life. Sealed herbal tea bags or loose-leaf teas can last for years in a cool, dark pantry without any special storage. Unlike milk, juice, or other beverages that spoil quickly without refrigeration, tea is a stable, long-term asset. This makes it an ideal resource to stock up on. Furthermore, in a cold, dark, and uncertain environment, the simple act of preparing and drinking a warm cup of tea provides immense psychological comfort. It creates a moment of normalcy and calm, which can be just as vital as physical resources. The warmth can help you conserve body heat, and the ritual itself can reduce stress, helping you and your family stay focused and resilient. Herbal tea isn't a luxury. It's a multi-purpose survival tool that provides hydration, medicine, and morale. 2. Canned vegetable juice. Next up at number 2 is an item that's likely gathering dust in the back of your pantry right now: canned vegetable juice. It's easy to dismiss it as a high-sodium processed beverage, but when clean water is gone, survival demands a different perspective. Canned vegetable juice becomes a critical source of hydration. While the salt content is a valid concern for everyday life, in a survival scenario, it takes on a new role. When you're exerting yourself, sweating, and losing electrolytes, that sodium helps your body retain the fluid you're consuming, preventing the dizziness and fatigue associated with dehydration and electrolyte imbalance. It's a trade-off, but it's one that can keep you on your feet when you need to be mobile and alert. What truly elevates canned vegetable juice above other emergency liquids is that it provides more than just hydration. It delivers calories and essential nutrients that plain water can't. A single can contains vitamins and minerals that can help sustain you when food is scarce. The beta-carotene from carrots, potassium from tomatoes, and other micronutrients provide a small but significant energy boost. When your next meal is uncertain, every calorie counts. This dual-purpose function, providing both liquid and sustenance, makes it an incredibly efficient survival resource. It bridges the gap between thirst and starvation, offering a lifeline that can keep you going when other options have run out. Let's talk about its strategic value. Canned vegetable juice is built for long-term storage. Hermetically sealed in a can, it can remain safe and nutritious for years, far outlasting almost any other liquid in your home. It's resistant to pests, light, and spoilage, making it a reliable component of any emergency stockpile. This stability also turns it into a valuable asset for barter. In a world without running taps, a sealed, safe-to-drink source of hydration and nutrition becomes incredibly valuable. A can of vegetable juice could be traded for other essential supplies like medical items, batteries, or tools. It's not a perfect solution. You must ration it carefully and be mindful of the sodium, but survival is about using the tools you have, not the ones you wish you had. Canned vegetable juice is an accessible, stable, and multifunctional asset that proves its worth when things get serious. 3. Coconut water. Coming in at number 3 is nature's own sports drink, a survival powerhouse that hides in plain sight, coconut water. Often viewed as a trendy health beverage, its true value is revealed when traditional water sources become unavailable. Coconut water is naturally over 90% water, but its real magic lies in its composition. It is packed with natural electrolytes, including potassium, magnesium, and sodium. These are the very minerals your body loses through sweat and stress, and replenishing them is crucial for maintaining muscle function, nerve signaling, and overall fluid balance. Dehydration isn't just a lack of water, it's an electrolyte crisis, and coconut water is one of the best natural solutions available. One of its most significant advantages is its sterility. As long as the coconut is intact, the water inside is naturally filtered and sterile, making it safe to drink without any purification. In a situation where local water could be contaminated with bacteria, viruses, or chemical pollutants, having access to a guaranteed pure liquid is a game changer. This eliminates the risk of waterborne illnesses like dysentery or cholera, which can be deadly in a scenario without medical support. Even pre-packaged coconut water, whether in cartons or cans, has a long shelf life and retains this purity, making it an excellent addition to any go bag or emergency pantry. This inherent safety provides peace of mind that few other natural liquid sources can offer. Beyond hydration, coconut water offers a slight caloric boost from its natural sugars, providing a quick source of energy. Its high potassium content is particularly noteworthy. A single serving can have more potassium than a banana, which is vital for preventing debilitating muscle cramps and maintaining cardiovascular function. This can make the difference between being able to travel to a safer location or being immobilized by fatigue and pain. While it shouldn't be your sole source of hydration due to its mineral content, when rationed and used strategically, it is an unparalleled tool for rehydration and recovery. Whether you find it in a grocery store or are in a region where coconuts grow naturally, this clear, slightly sweet liquid is a top-tier survival resource that provides safe hydration, critical electrolytes, and a welcome energy boost. 4. Melted ice and snow. At number 4, we have a resource that seems obvious but is incredibly misunderstood: melted ice and snow. In a winter crisis, when the pipes have frozen over and the local stores are completely empty, the world outside might be covered in what looks like an endless, pristine supply of water. The immediate instinct for many is to scoop up a handful and eat it directly. This is a critical and potentially fatal mistake. Eating frozen snow or ice does not hydrate you. In fact, it actively does the opposite. Your body must expend a massive amount of energy to melt the snow internally, raising its temperature from freezing all the way up to your core body temperature of around 98.6 degrees F. This internal energy expenditure drains your precious caloric reserves and, more dangerously, lowers your overall core body temperature, dramatically increasing the risk of hypothermia. For anyone, but especially for older adults or children whose bodies are less efficient at regulating heat, This simple act can quickly lead from shivering to mental confusion and then to a complete physical collapse. The first and most important rule of winter survival is to never, under any circumstances, eat snow directly. Instead, you must always melt it first. This can be done actively over a fire or on a camp stove, or even passively by placing the snow in a dark-colored, sealed container and leaving it in the sun to absorb radiant heat. This simple transformation from a solid to a liquid is the critical difference between a life-threatening liability and a life-saving asset. Once melted, you have usable water that you can drink safely, ration effectively, and store for later use. But the process doesn't end there. The second rule is just as crucial: purification. Snow and ice might look pure and clean, but they can harbor airborne pollutants, chemical residues from agricultural runoff, fine dust particles, and invisible bacteria. Just because it's white and freshly fallen doesn't mean it's clean enough to drink. Failing to purify this water can lead to severe gastrointestinal distress, which in turn causes vomiting and diarrhea. This not only accelerates dehydration, but also wastes the very water you just worked so hard to obtain. Boiling the melted snow for at least 1 minute is the surest and most reliable way to make it safe. This deliberate two-step process, melt, then purify, turns a dangerous temptation into a dependable source of hydration. 5. Rice water. Moving on to number 5, we have a survival drink that is hiding in one of the most common pantry staples in the world: rice water. This is the cloudy, starchy liquid left behind after boiling or rinsing rice, and it's something most of us pour down the drain without a second thought. In a survival scenario, that seemingly insignificant action would be a tremendous waste of a valuable resource. This milky liquid is far more than just water. It's a potent source of energy and relief. The characteristic cloudiness comes from the starches that leach out from the rice grains during the cooking process, infusing the water with easily digestible carbohydrates. When you are physically exhausted and your food supply is severely limited, these extra calories provide a vital and immediate energy boost. This is particularly beneficial for those who are weak, sick, or recovering, as it delivers sustenance in a liquid form that is incredibly easy for a stressed body to absorb and utilize. However, the true genius of rice water lies in its remarkable medicinal properties. It is exceptionally gentle on the digestive system, which is a major advantage in a high-stress situation. In a crisis, you might be forced to consume unfamiliar food, forage for plants, or drink water of questionable purity, any of which can lead to an upset stomach, nausea, or debilitating diarrhea. Rice water is widely known to soothe the entire gastrointestinal tract, calm inflammation in the gut lining, and can even help to bind the stool, thereby slowing down the dangerous fluid loss that comes from diarrhea. Retaining the hydration you already have is just as important as taking in new fluids when you're ill. This makes rice water a powerful dual-action tool for managing sickness when professional medical help isn't available. Best of all, it's incredibly accessible. A single bag of rice, which has an exceptionally long shelf life and is a common household item, can provide not only multiple meals, but also a steady supply of this restorative drink. It's a multi-purpose resource that hydrates, nourishes, and medicates all at once, making it one of the most efficient and overlooked survival liquids you can prepare. 6. Clear broths and soups. At number 6, we have the ultimate comfort food turned survival essential: clear broths and soups. The image of a simmering pot often brings with it feelings of warmth, comfort, and security. But when a crisis strikes, its true value goes far beyond just boosting morale. Clear broth is a superior hydrator. Unlike plain water, it's loaded with dissolved electrolytes, minerals, and salts that are relentlessly stripped from your body by sweat, stress, and physical exertion. The sodium in the broth replaces lost salt, potassium aids in proper muscle and nerve function, and gelatin from simmered bones can support gut health and joint integrity. This rich, bioavailable combination helps your body absorb and retain fluid far more effectively than water alone. For someone who is weak, cold, recovering from an illness, or simply depleted, a cup of warm broth is like a direct infusion of strength. replenishing the body in a way that's both profoundly gentle and deeply effective. The versatility of broth is one of its greatest strengths in a survival context. You don't need fancy store-bought ingredients to make a life-sustaining brew. It can be created from almost anything you might have on hand: leftover bones from a previous meal, vegetable scraps like onion peels and carrot ends, a handful of dried herbs, or even bouillon cubes that have been stored in the back of your pantry for years. This ability to transform scraps that would otherwise be discarded into a nutritious, hydrating liquid is the very essence of resourceful survival. It stretches your precious food supply while providing critical hydration simultaneously. Furthermore, preparing a single large pot of broth is remarkably fuel efficient. It can be kept warm over a very low heat or reheated as needed, providing a ready source of warm liquid throughout the day without constantly burning through valuable firewood, propane, or gas. This warm liquid also plays a vital role in helping to maintain your core body temperature, another critical factor for survival in a cold environment. In a collapse scenario, a steaming cup of broth is more than just a drink. It's hydration, nutrition, and medicine, proving that sometimes the simplest, most traditional solutions are the most powerful. 7. Aloe vera water. Coming in at number 7 is a resource many people keep in their homes but only see as a topical remedy: aloe vera water. Most know aloe vera as the go-to gel for soothing sunburns, but the true survival value is hidden inside its thick, fleshy leaves. When properly prepared, this common houseplant transforms into a source of both hydration and potent medicine. The process requires care, as the leaf contains a bitter yellow latex called aloe, which must be drained and discarded. Once you isolate the clear inner gel, it can be blended with a little water to create a drinkable liquid with remarkable benefits. It doesn't just quench thirst. It has anti-inflammatory properties that can soothe the entire digestive tract. In a crisis where you might be eating unfamiliar or spoiled food, gastrointestinal distress is a serious threat. Aloe vera water can calm an irritated stomach, reduce cramping, and help the body absorb fluids more efficiently, making it a powerful medicinal hydrator. What makes aloe vera such a strategic survival asset is its self-renewing nature. An aloe plant is incredibly resilient. It requires minimal water, grows easily in pots, and can thrive indoors year-round. While bottled water supplies will eventually be depleted, a healthy aloe plant continues to produce new leaves, offering a sustainable source of pure, hydrating gel. This turns a simple decorative plant into a living water filtration and storage system. Having a renewable resource like this provides a significant psychological advantage. In a situation defined by scarcity and uncertainty, the act of harvesting, preparing, and consuming something from a living plant you've nurtured can restore a sense of control and self-sufficiency. This feeling of empowerment is crucial for maintaining the calm, clear-headed mindset needed for effective decision-making. In a world where conventional supplies are gone, the ability to create your own safe medicinal water from a plant on your windowsill is a game-changing skill. 8. Diluted fruit juices. At number 8, we have an item that's often dismissed as a sugary treat: fruit juice. In a survival situation, however, that shelf-stable carton of apple or orange juice becomes a valuable source of quick energy and essential hydration. But it comes with a critical catch. Drinking fruit juice straight can be counterproductive. The high concentration of natural sugars causes a rapid spike in blood sugar, which can lead to a subsequent energy crash. This can be especially taxing on the body, particularly for older adults or those with metabolic conditions. The secret to unlocking its true potential lies in one simple step: dilution. By mixing the juice with an equal or greater part of clean water, you transform it from a sugary drink into a balanced and effective hydration fluid. This process stretches a limited resource, turning a single carton into multiple servings, and provides a gentle, sustained energy release without overwhelming the body. This simple act of dilution also enhances the nutritional benefits. Fruit juices are packed with vitamins and minerals that plain water lacks. A splash of orange juice adds immune-boosting vitamin C, while apple or grape juice can provide potassium and antioxidants that support muscle function and cardiovascular health. When food is scarce, these micronutrients become incredibly important for maintaining your body's defenses and overall resilience. Moreover, shelf-stable juices in cartons or cans have a long storage life, often lasting for many months without refrigeration. They are a reliable and often overlooked component of an emergency pantry. Beyond the physical benefits, the psychological impact is significant. A familiar, sweet taste can be incredibly comforting, especially for children, helping to reduce stress and create a sense of normalcy in a chaotic environment. It's a small comfort that can have a big impact on morale. By treating fruit juice not as a simple drink but as a concentrate to be diluted, you create a smart, efficient, and multi-purpose survival beverage. 9. Rainwater. Number 9 is one of the oldest and most abundant water sources available to humanity, yet it's one we've largely forgotten how to use. Rainwater. When the grid fails and the taps go dry, the sky itself can become your well. A single moderate rainstorm can yield a significant amount of water, which can be collected in anything from sophisticated rain barrels to simple buckets, tarps, or even cooking pots. This act of harvesting rainwater grants you independence from a failed municipal system and the chaos of empty store shelves. It's a source that replenishes itself, offering a sense of security that a finite stockpile of bottled water can never provide. For anyone with limited mobility, the ability to collect water right outside their door is a massive advantage, eliminating the need for difficult and dangerous trips to find other sources. However, rainwater is only as clean as the surfaces it touches and the air it falls through. It can pick up atmospheric pollutants, chemical residues from roofing materials, bird droppings, and invisible microbes. Drinking it directly without purification is a gamble that can lead to sickness, which would be catastrophic in a survival scenario. The key is a two-step process: collection and purification. First, set up a clean collection system. If possible, let the rain fall for a few minutes to wash dust from the air and surfaces before you begin collecting. Second, and most importantly, purify every drop. The most reliable method is boiling the water for at least 1 full minute to kill any pathogens. Alternatively, a good quality water filter can remove particulates and microorganisms. By mastering this simple process, you turn unpredictable weather into a reliable and sustainable source of safe drinking water. In a world where clean water becomes a form of wealth, the ability to harvest it from the sky is an invaluable skill. 10. Distilled water from condensation. Finally, at number 10, we have the ultimate purification method that can produce perfectly clean water from almost any source: distillation through condensation. This technique leverages the power of the sun to create water that is free from salt, bacteria, chemicals, heavy metals, and other contaminants. The principle is simple. When water evaporates, it leaves all impurities behind. By capturing that pure water vapor and allowing it to cool and condense, you can collect 100% distilled water. This can be done using a solar still, which can be constructed with basic materials like a sheet of plastic, a container to hold the impure water, and a smaller cup to catch the clean drips. You can distill water from puddles, contaminated streams, salt water, or even urine, making it one of the most versatile water procurement methods in existence. The purity of distilled water is its greatest asset. For individuals with compromised immune systems, chronic illnesses, or for seniors whose kidneys are less efficient at filtering impurities, this level of purity is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It provides hydration without placing any additional stress on the body, ensuring that the water you drink is helping, not harming. While the process is slow and requires patience, a solar still may only produce a cube or two of water per day, depending on conditions. It is consistent and reliable. The psychological benefit of this method is also profound. Watching pure, clean water slowly drip into your collection cup is a powerful demonstration of resourcefulness. It's a reminder that with knowledge and ingenuity, you can create life-sustaining resources from your environment, fostering a mindset of resilience over panic. In a long-term survival situation where resupply is not an option, the ability to create perfectly safe water from unsafe sources is a skill that can truly mean the difference between life and death.